Hello, this is Basic Electronics Engineering. The course code is EC201. The contact hour is 3 lecture classes. The total contact hour is 36 hours. The credit point of this subject is 3. Myself, Dr. Indranath Sarkar. I am the Associate Professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering of GIS College of Engineering, Kolladi. This course has 4 number of outcomes. We expect the students will be at the end of the course the student will be able to demonstrate PN junction diode, ideal diode, diode models and its circuit analysis, application of diode and special diodes. The student also will be explained how operational amplifiers are modeled and analyzed, and to design operational amplifier circuits to perform operations such as integration, differentiation on electronic signals. The students must analyze the concept of both positive and negative feedback in electronic circuits and its applications. The student must develop the capability to analyze and design simple circuits containing nonlinear elements such as transistors using the concept of load lines, operating points and the incremental analysis. This course is comprised of 6 number of modules. Each module has the number of class limited, that is 5 number of class assigned to module 1 on basic semiconductors, 7 contact hour assigned to module 2 on PN junction diode and its applications. Module 3 has 8 contact hour on bipolar junction transistor. Module 4 has field effect transistor to describe within 6 contact hour. 8 contact hour assigned to module 5 where feedback and operational amplifier will be discussed, and the 2 contact hour assigned to module 6 where the cathode ray oscilloscope will be discussed. This is the prerequisite required for basic electronics engineering. Normally prerequisites are essential to understand a certain course. In this case, as the students are entering after class 12 into BTech courses and the basic electronics engineering is studied in the first year, so here we expect the basic course of electronics engineering progress from the fundamentals of electricity, direct current, devices and circuits, series and parallel circuits, to the study of active and passive components, Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's law, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law, as well as Ampere's law. In the modern electronics part of the physics in the 10+2, all these items have been taught. So students should recapitulate these theory as well as mathematical formula before going to opt for basic electronics engineering. So therefore Kirchhoff's law, especially the Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law as well as Ampere's law, have plenty of applications in the design part of electronics devices, because basic electronics circuit is normally tells about the component description. That means there are several components exist in basic electronics engineering subject. All these components are defined, its characteristics defined, as well as the combination of such component may produce complex circuitry, and the categories of circuit and its input and output characteristics all have been defined. So basic electronics is an important subject. Here students are going through the description and characteristics of all these components, so that in future whenever they are interested about circuit realization, they shall recall about the characteristics they have studied in basic electronics engineering. And for this subject, the data sheet validation of each of these components are required to be carried out by the student, because some component whatever studied has limited features to be explained within the class, and there are detailed feature exists in the datasheet. If the student is interested to create some model, then student should deal with datasheet, the how to see the datasheet, and how what are the parametric values required to observe from the datasheet will be discussed in the class. So basic electronics engineering is one of the important subject for any engineering domain, because uh, nowadays there are many interdisciplinary projects are going on in which some electronic circuitry exists. So irrelevant of the department, electronic circuit may be applied to many issues. So that is why basic electronics has contribution about the basic characteristics understanding for those components. So students must give full attention about the characteristics as well as description, mathematical equation whenever discussed for each of the components. Now in the course outcome and program outcome mapping, we are seeing that there are 12 number of program outcomes which are mapped to the course outcome statements. So here, as 4 number of course outcome statement exist for basic electronics engineering, they are having different weightages assigned to each of the column of program outcomes. And here 3 depicts the high weightage assigned for a certain mapping, and 2 means the moderate linking, and 1 stands for the least linking. And when there is no link, it is kept vacant with a dash line. Now basic electronics is the foundation engineering subject, as well as it is the basic engineering subject. It has the uses of modern tools regarding the simulation of the circuits, as well as it has long-term relation to the student regarding the implementation of projects. So it's a lifelong learning weightage is very high, as well as various surrounding that is applications in the surrounding environment exist. That is why basic electronics engineering is mostly a foundation subject. That is why at the initial part of the program outcome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has a great linkage with basic electronics, as well as program outcome 11 and 12 are also. So if we look at the modern tool uses, as well as the project initiative, as well as the foundation engineering concept, we are getting higher weightage for the basic electronics engineering with those program outcomes. And similarly, if we have some long target, that is after a long duration, we have a target to implement certain circuitry which is useful for the mankind. That type of target may be fulfilled, and that is lifelong learning has a great importance on basic electronics engineering, because we sometimes we have a future target of implementing any circuit or applications for the mankind. So that is why basic electronics are getting higher weightage in that part. The course has objective impart fundamental knowledge to understand the basic of semiconductor and components like diode, transistor, FET, MOSFET, and operational amplifier. It will be it would build mathematical and numerical background for design of electronic circuit and components value. Students equipped with the knowledge and training provided in the course will be able to participate in the design and development and operation in the different area of electronic systems. So therefore basic electronics has a widest domain of application, because it is dealing with the components which are required to implement electronic circuitry. So all the basic components are included regarding its description, input characteristics, output characteristics. So that is why whenever there is a project related work, basic electronics recalled. So that is why it has a long time application for students of any department, because in any department there is a project realization with electronic circuitry. For any domain, it involves uh, the concept of various components of basic electronics. So therefore, this subject is truly important for any department. This is field effect transistor. Today we will discuss some problems on drain current. The equation for the pinch off voltage is nothing but the same. It is the gate to source of off voltage, that means the threshold voltage for which the channel width has been fully occupied by the depletion region. Therefore, none of the charge carrier will flow from source to drain. So the particular gate to source voltage is known as pinch off voltage, and it has importance to derive the magnitude of the drain current. As the equation shows, ID is equal to ID double S multiplied by 1 minus VGS by VGS of whole square. So here VGS of stands for the pinch off voltage, where the that is, if we apply the gate terminal reverse bias voltage with respect to source by the amount of pinch off voltage or gate to source off voltage, the width of the depletion region is such that the charge carrier will not be able to penetrate that region to move from source to drain. So that is why we can say under VGS off condition, the field effect transistor reaches the cutoff duration, that is cutoff region. So therefore, in the cutoff, the drain current is absolutely zero. Now, the IDSS stands for the drain to source saturation current under the gate to source voltage is equal to 0. That means in this equation of drain current, if we put VGS equal to 0, then ID double S will be equal to ID. So therefore, drain to source saturation current is only a specific drain current, which is obviously saturation current, but only at gate to source voltage equal to 0. So this equation is very much important to find out the characteristics of the field effect transistor at its output, that is drain to source voltage versus drain current. When we will plot at that time, we need these parameters, that is drain to source saturation current, as well as what is the pinch off voltage, all these things. And this equation is helpful to find out the transfer characteristics of field effect transistor, where the x-axis is gate to source voltage and the y-axis is the drain to source saturation current. Normally, in case of n-channel JFET, we have seen that the charge carrier is electron. So the gate voltage need to reverse bias the channel. So as the channel is constructed of n type, that means electron is the majority carrier in the channel, therefore the p type gate terminal needed to be reverse biased by applying a negative voltage through a DC battery. Similarly, for the p channel JFET, the gate region is n type, so therefore we need to apply a positive voltage to the gate terminal so that the channel will be reverse biased, and extreme reverse bias voltage causes the depletion region in the channel to be fully occupied, and therefore none of the majority charge carrier will be able to flow from source to drain, though drain is applied sufficient amount of voltage. And from the equations of field effect transistor, we already have seen that drain to source voltage is a breakup of drain to gate and gate to source voltage, where the drain to gate voltage is much larger compared to drain to source voltage, because the gate voltage is reverse biased. So that is why if the channel is open, the electrons or holes, whatever is the majority carrier, depending on n type or p type, are getting highly accelerated. That means they are having very high kinetic energy nearer the drain end compared to the source end. So let us move on to the problems. Now here the figure shows the transfer characteristics curve of a JFET. We have to write the equation for the drain current. Now from this characteristics it is very much clear that the drain current saturation point is 12 milliampere, because under the gate to source voltage 0 volt we are getting the drain current is equal to 12 milliampere. And also another information is present, that is VGS off, that means the pinch off voltage is minus 5 volt. So when the gate to source voltage reaches the pinch off voltage, at that time there is the channel is fully occupied by the depletion region, and therefore uh, the majority charge carrier will not be able to flow through the channel. So from this characteristics we have the IDSS equal to 12 milliampere, VGS off equal to minus 5 volt. We know the equation ID is equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP whole square. That is VP stands for VGS off. So if we put the value of IDSS and VGS off, we will easily have the characteristic equation of ID. And that's the equation has been obtained. That's ID is equal to 12 into 1 plus VGS by 5 whole square. This is the second problem where it is telling that a JFET has the following parameter IDSS, that means drain to source saturation current under the VGS equal to 0 volt. It is 32 milliampere. And also it has been stated that VGS off, that means the pinch off voltage is minus 8 volt. That means if we apply gate to source voltage minus 8 volt, then the channel is fully occupied by the depletion region, and therefore none of the majority charge carrier of the channel will flow from source to drain. So it is completely blocked. So therefore VGS off is equal to minus 8 volt, and also VGS equal to minus 4.5 volt. So instantaneous gate to source voltage is given minus 4.5 volt. Now from these values it is very much clear that the channel is of N type, because whenever gate to source voltage is the pinch off voltage is negative, it is very much clear that only P type region can be applied with negative voltage for reverse biasing, and its highermost value is minus 8 volt. Therefore it is obviously a N channel JFET. So from the numerical data we can decide what is the type of the JFET, though it has not been stated explicitly in the problem. And thereafter it has been written find the value of drain current. So therefore we can find out what is the value of drain current from the equation we already have seen, ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VGS off whole square. So this drain current is equal to 6.12 milliampere. So here another problem is given where a JFET has the drain current 5 milliampere. So it is the instantaneous drain current. It has been told that it is 5 milliampere. If IDSS equal to 10 milliampere, so IDSS always stands for VGS equal to 0 volt. So under VGS equal to 0 volt, the maximum drain current that is possible to flow through the channel is given as 10 milliampere. VGS off means the pinch off voltage, that means the maximum reverse bias voltage applied to the gate terminal is minus 6 volt. Again it is N channel JFET because the threshold voltage is negative. We know the uppermost value of the reverse bias voltage is the VGS off, and that is negative, means it is obviously N channel JFET because P type semiconductor is forming the gate terminal. If it is applied negative voltage, then only it is reverse biased. So therefore VGS off is given minus 6 volt, stands for the JFET is of type N channel JFET. Find the value of the VGS and VP. Now since we have the equation ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VGS of whole square, therefore if we put the value of given parameters, that is ID, instantaneous ID, IDSS and VGS off, we can easily find out what is the corresponding VGS. That is the instantaneous value of the gate to source voltage for such operation, which gives 5 milliampere drain current, can be easily found out as it has been found out minus 1.76 volt. And also another question is what is VP. Vp is nothing but VGS off, and that is the 6 volt. So it is given the magnitude is 6 volt. Another question is for the JFET in figure VGS off equal to minus 4 volt, ID double S equal to 12 milliampere. Determine the minimum value of V double D required to put the device in the constant current region of operation. So constant current region of operation is always stands for the saturation region. So in this case, VGS off is already given as minus 4 volt. Vp is equal to therefore 4 volt. This pinch off voltage is also 4 volt. The minimum value of VDS for the JFET to be in constant region is VDS equal to Vp equal to 4 volt. So therefore the drain to source voltage should be equal to pinch off voltage when the FET enters into saturation region, because here the pinch off voltage is nothing but the override voltage, and that is the difference between the gate to source and the threshold voltage. So when the gate to source voltage is 0 volt, so at that time we are telling the channel is switched off, and that is a Vp. Now here in the constant current region with VGS equal to 0 volt, obviously V double D is equal to VDS plus VRD, because RD is the drain resistance connected externally. So the summation of VRD and VDS forms the drain to source voltage. That is the drain supply voltage. There is a VDS plus VRD is nothing but the V double D. So here from we can get that VDS plus IDRD, because VRD is nothing but the drain current drop. That is drain resistance has a drop at IDRD. Now therefore V double D is equal to 4 volt plus 12 milliampere multiplied by 560 ohm, because the values are given. RD is equal to 560 ohm. So you can easily find out what is the V double D maximum value. Determine the drain current for the circuit shown in figure. So in the figure it is given that gate to source voltage is 2 volt, which is obviously reverse biasing the N channel JFET. Because of the arrow direction, it is very much clear, it is the N channel JFET. Also the negative voltage applied to the gate to source voltage terminal, making reverse bias of the gate. So therefore negative voltage can be applied to only N channel JFET. V double D is the supply voltage. Gate to source off is given minus 6 volt, and the IDSS, that is a drain to source saturation current under the gate to source voltage 0, is equal to 3 milliampere. So here from it is we can write that gate to source voltage is equal to minus 2 volt. The drain current for the circuit is given by ID equal to ID double S into 1 minus VGS by VGS of whole square, and that is equal to 1.33 milliampere. So it is very straightforward to find out the drain current. Thank you.